Alright, now welcome to SC Custom Designs. If you haven't been following my series, we'd be humbled if you follow it, whatever series those are at the moment. We're going to be making more of these. This is Hebrew for Shalom, which means hello, goodbye, and peace. And I didn't realize it. Well, someone ordered one of these from Connecticut, and I didn't realize I was out of them. Whoops. So I asked a friend of mine to bring me their example that I gave them. So here it is, and I have to make more. Now I made these initially out of 2x12 material here in the Northeast, North America, 2x12. And this time I'm going to be joining up 1 by whatever it is, 8 up there, and we're going to be joining that wood together, and it's going to make the unit stronger. The problem that I was having when I was making these is, you might well imagine, look which way the grain is going. So if I made 10 of them, I broke 6 of them when I started to learn how to do this. And just one day I decided I wanted to make these because we had a craft show, and so we made these types of things. So I wanted to bring you in at the very beginning of the series so you can follow the series and how it is that I do these things. And it's nice to learn from our past mistakes, isn't it? So we're at the chop box, and here is the material that I'm using. I believe it's 1 by 8. And so I've already got it measured out, and I cut most of the stock, but I just wanted to show you. When you're using a chop box, you're going to want to, by the way, you're going to want to pull the trigger, let the motor get to the full cycle, so its highest operation, and then begin your cut. And once you go through the material, you're going to want to stay down there, let go of the release, and let the blade stop. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you're going to cut down, but then when you come up, you're going to rip out pieces of the material. Always a good idea to have something to protect your ears with and your eyes. And drop your pencil and all that good stuff. I have a little bit of a surprise for you. I didn't realize it until I flipped over the wood. Check this out. Let me make sure you can see what I'm saying. You're going to see these types of things here, there, and yonder. But at any rate, so first of all, here's the Shalom. So I traced it out onto the wood. Okay, but it is backwards. It's Shalom that way. So this is Shin Lamed He Vav, sorry, in Mem Sofit. This is the Mem, but when it's at the end of the word, you put the Mem there. So in the event you didn't know that, well, now you do. However, so let's go ahead and show you this wonderful surprise. I love coming across this stuff like this. Look at this. I'm sure y'all have come across that too. And in Hebrew we call that kelib. That's dog. And flipped it around. I got this one as well. So I'm going to be saving this piece of stock so that I could definitely take advantage of making something out of this. I love stumbling across those types of things. Make sure you unplug your chop box, have air protection, all those types of things. It's also a good idea to return the blade and lock it down like this. And there you go. So, beg your pardon as I move you around on the tripod, it might get a little bumpy. But if we come over here, here's the pile that I have. So I'm going to be basically taking the pieces and I'm going to be flipping them and orienting them, and we'll just glue them up. And that'll be plenty of stock actually to match what I have. So we're gonna make sure we're not gonna run out of these anytime soon. All right, so forgive me as I move you over this way. And essentially, if you haven't guessed already, we're gonna be using the bandsaw. Okay, let me just lift you up a little bit here. I use my phone for my videoing. Okay, so there we go. And this is quite easily done on the bandsaw. So here we go. A couple tips about bandsaws. Okay, I know it's plugged in, but you know, make sure you've got it unplugged. Put a piece of something around your blade, and what does that mean? That means, well, it's not in use, but it also means the pressure's been released from the blade. If you walk away and you have the pressure on it, you can't see it, but here's the tires. You're going to create a groove in your tires, and you don't want that. So if you take this when it's in operation, put it here. Okay, when it's not in operation, now I know that it's all set. Okay, so as you can imagine, it's going to be kind of tricky to cut this out. I'm going to go ahead and glue up my stock right now. That's going to probably sit overnight because I got tons of other things I have to do. But I do want to get some Shaloms out the door. Then once I have that, I'm going to cut a few of them out, and then we'll go ahead and we'll show you how we do this. It just takes a lot of patience, as you can imagine, and cutting through and tracing. You just really have to, you know, you put your blade down to here, you know. I have upper and lower bearings, the back thrust bearing, but it really takes a lot of patience to do this. Now this is a 4-inch per blade, 4 teeth per inch blade, I believe, and it's the is it the 1/8? I think it is the 1/8. And also, one more tip, and then we'll be finished with the video. Try to keep them in about 15 minutes or less. I buy my blades, I'm not sponsored by them, but from Timberwolf here in New York. They use Swedish silicone steel. Now this blade here, you may wonder yourself, what is the proper tensioning? How do you achieve that? There's the tap test where you don't want to go over too far, you know, either here or inside here. Okay. There is also on the back, you're going to have a gauge there, which is a nice suggestion, but it's not always accurate. And so it's called the Flutter Test, and we're going to do a video on the Flutter Test in the future to show you what that means. And it wouldn't matter what blade you're using or what company, but you know, the Flutter Test. It's really easy. You basically tension as they recommend for the blade, according to your unit. This is a jet, and the blade from Timberwolf. But you're going to get that tension on there as they recommend. Then what you're going to do is turn your wheel, in this case, for this one, about 6 times to create what is called a flutter. And that's when the blade is going to go back and forth like this. Just a little bit, right? And then you're going to tighten it up, and then it's going to look like a line, and it's going to look steady for you. Once you've done that, turn it a quarter to 1 full turn, and then you've got the tension right. And if you come back here, you may or may not be in the area that of the measurement back there. That's been my experience. But you're going to get more life, longer life, out of your blade if you put the proper tension on it. All right, thanks once again. We're going to do our usual goodbyes. And this is the Shalom. So Shalom Aleichem kol chaverim sheli v'Eretz Yisrael v'Olam. Goodbye to all my friends in Israel and around the world. Shalom. Mastalami, that's Arabic, goodbye. May there be peace on you. Tutsins, Afrikaans, for see you later. Arrivederci, I think we all know that. And take care. Oh, Zaijian in Mandarin, Chinese. Take care, be safe in the woodshop, and be sure to frequently come by and look at. We got 1,000+ videos on you name it. We probably covered it. More to cover in woodworking, but we probably got the general things. I love to unbox things and so on and so forth. And so give us a thumbs up. And forgive me, I did divert a little bit from the subject, but sometimes it's good to do that a little bit in the videos. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe.